Today we're going to make elf cupcakes. They're elf Christmas cupcakes and they are pretty cute. Today I'm just going to show you how to make the arms, the legs, the hat, the hands and the little shoes for the elf and put them into the existing cupcake that you have. My mum went to a workshop and learnt how to make these, and so I asked her to show me how, and I thought, well, what better way to share it with you guys but to make a video on it. So here we go. This is what you're going to need. The products that I have here cost about $50, and obviously you're not going to use all of them and they're going to last a while. So if you are into cupcakes and you want to make heaps of them, then you'll be set. You need edible glue, tylo powder, fondant, edible glitter, this is rainbow dust, metallic food paint. You need some hard spaghetti and a paintbrush. First off, you need to knead in a teaspoon of tylo powder into the fondant. When you first start kneading the fondant, it kind of breaks and separates, so it doesn't stay together very well. You knead the tylo powder into the fondant. It becomes more like chewing gum within about like 5 minutes, so it's like a chewing gum consistency. So this is going to help the fondant harden and be more workable and pliable. So you actually need to give this an hour after mixing the tylo powder in. So you can see here it's been all mixed in and kneaded in really well, and then so set it aside in a plastic bag or in Glad wrap because you don't want the fondant to dry out. First off, you need to roll some green balls. The balls need to be 2 centimeters wide. Now take the edible glue and the hard spaghetti and coat the hard spaghetti with the edible glue. Everything in this cupcake will be edible. Poke the spaghetti through one side of the green ball right through to the other side. Roll out the green ball with the spaghetti inside it so that it starts looking like a green log. You can make this as fat or as thin as you like. It is for their arms and legs, so you need the arms and legs to look in proportion with the cupcake. You can see here we've covered one end of the spaghetti stick with the fondant. Whilst working on the rest of the pieces, you can prop your spaghetti arm or leg up in a cup, or you could use polystyrene. Make some more of the arms and legs in the same fashion by getting your pre-prepared green balls out of the plastic bags. Next we're going to work with a 1.5 centimeter red ball. You'll need 2 of these. Using the palm of your hand and your index finger, just roll side to side, kind of swaying on one end of the red ball, and you can see a little elf shoe taking shape. So keep doing this until you get the shape of the elf shoe that you'd like. You can just see it gets quite pointy, so you're going to make it look like an elf shoe by curling up the tip. You can see the leg fits into the shoes. It's quite cool. Now we're going to paint the legs. You can make these as neat or as messy as you like. There's 2 ways you can paint your legs. You can swipe and then turn the log, and swipe again and turn the log. So you just paint where you see. And you just keep doing that around and around. You can make your stripes as thick or as thin as you like. Just to make sure that you have enough thick paint on your brush to get all the way around. You might need to touch it up at the end, but that's fine. So we're just turning and swiping and turning and swiping. Keep going around. Now this is the other way that you can paint the log as well. You can paint as you turn the log. So you just turn the log as you paint. This isn't as easy as the other way, but if you've got a steady hand and you do a lot of decorating already, this will probably be the fastest way for you to decorate your legs of your elves. Remember, these stripes don't need to be perfect. Make sure you paint the end of the log as well. This is going to be the cuffs, the arms and the legs. One arm and one leg will have stripes and the other arm and leg will have polka dots. dip the end of the paintbrush into the metallic edible paint and then do a line of dots down the log, turn the log, and then do another line of dots in between. And you just go round and round the log or the arm or the leg doing your polka dots. You'll have to hold it up so that you don't mess up the ones that are still drying. Now we're going to do 1.5 centimetre white or cream balls. Now on this cream ball you can see closely there is quite a few cracks. If this happens, the way that you need to get rid of the cracks on your balls is by placing them in your hand and firmly rolling them. Once you've firmly rolled them, you can see here the after shot. There is no cracks when you firmly roll them, just like this ball here. For the hands, we're going to squish down and we're going to make a little indent with our thumb in the hands. Then you're going to cut around and make 3 or 4 fingers, depending how many you'd like. If you want 3 fingers, you cut 4 times. If you want 4 fingers, you'll cut 5. And then you just go through and you smush or squeeze all of the tips of the ends of the fingers so that it looks like a hand. Moving on now, we're going to make a 2 centimetre red ball and we're going to make the hat. So the Santa hat is the same as the boots, except for we're going to turn it round and round, constantly creating a tip for the end of the hat. You're going to use the edge of your hand like so, and you're going to start really rolling out that tip to make it longer. Once you have the tip, you can turn it and make it look like a Christmassy hat, so you can make your tip really cool. Use the end of something like a knife or your finger and create an indent in the end of the hat and make it look more centery. We haven't finished yet, we've got to put a trim on. That's going to make the world of difference. You can make the end look more like a point, you can play around with it until it looks like a Santa hat that you're happy with. Green ball, and we're going to roll that out into a trim, so as thin or as thick as you'd like it. In this case we're doing a thick one. You can do a thin one, it's up to you. Just roll it just like when you were a kid with Play-Doh. Roll it out really thin. So now you're going to put your edible glue onto the Santa hat because we want the trim to stick to the Santa hat. So right around the Santa hat. Put the trim around the Santa hat. Cut where you need the Santa hat trim to stop. Remember, this is going to be at the bottom of the cupcake, so you're not going to see this end. Smush the 2 ends together and you have a Santa hat just like that. It looks pretty cool. So you should have arms and legs with spaghetti sticks sticking out of them. So the spaghetti stick end is where you stick on the hands and you stick on the feet of the elf. And then you're able to stick in your arms and your legs to the cupcake. So you do have a bit of spaghetti stick stuck out of each end, or one end if you like, from the arms and the legs so that you can stick them into the cupcake. You can also paint the elf fingers with the paint if you want. Now going back to the edible glitter, just dust some of that edible glitter on top of your cupcake for your final touches. And that's an elf cupcake for you. And hopefully you enjoyed that. I think you can get really creative. You can have the legs sticking up. You can make the hat bigger. You can make the arms and legs smaller, thinner, longer, however you like. It's a bit of fun. You can get creative with it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you for watching. And thank you also heaps to my mum who let me film her making the cupcakes. Okay, bye.